from Toyota Center in downtown Houston, Fox Sports Houston presents Rockets basketball. And tonight, it's the Houston Rockets taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Worrell. Good to have you with us. The Rockets playing their third regular season game. Got off to a slow start opening night against Memphis, but came on strong in Big D the next night, scoring 112 points and defeating Dallas in their home opener. And so tonight, the Rockets trying to stay perfect, going 3-0. And Clyde, they have been impressive.
They've been very impressive. And, you know, they've done what they've had to do. Yao Ming has been awesome, doing what he's supposed to do, the best center in the league. Artest has been phenomenal. What a great pickup in the offseason. And Aaron Brooks has come in and provided much-needed spark. But this team defensively is getting it done on a nightly basis.
Yeah, Yao Ming dominated inside. Artest took over late in the game against Dallas. Those two guys, especially Yao, has given them stability down in the paint.
Absolutely. That's something you can bank on. Rick Adelman is doing a great job of getting guys in and out. The chemistry's been good. Landry, Chuck Hayes, Brent Barry, everybody's producing. And those are the things that happen when you win. Nobody really cares who's on the floor, but they just get it done. As you see Yao with the turnaround jumper, Artest doing his thing. Pulling up with a three in the break in transition. He's been devastating. And did I mention he could drive using the left hand? Artest has been a man. Now this is what they haven't had. Josh Howard trying to rough up Yao Ming. Look who comes to the rescue. Artest. You got to have that tough guy on the team, and it's a pleasure to have Mr. Artest as a Houston Rocket.
Now on the other end for the Thunder, Kevin Durant probably would rather be watching college football tonight than playing the Rockets. His Longhorns are already behind, but he is the leader of this young Thunder team.
Yes, he is. He's very versatile. There he is with the mid-range jumper. He can stop and pop or take it all the way and throw it down. He's a prime-time player. He doesn't have a lot of help on this team, so this is a young team that has a few missing pieces, but they got some talent.
Yeah, they have some talent. Now, can they stay with the Rockets, who play everybody on that bench? Rick Adelman really has a good combination to go to late in the games. All right, it's time for the Toyota keys to the game.
Well, the Rockets have got to come out firing as they did against the Mavericks. They got to come out with their swarming defense. They got to execute on offense, get some movement, weak side, strong side, and lastly, they got to control the boards.
So we're just about ready to go. The Houston Rockets with their starting five in good shape, and little Aaron Brooks, who was supposed to be out maybe up to 3 weeks, only missed about 3 days. He'll be leading the Rockets as they take on the Thunder coming up next. Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to Toyota Center, downtown Houston, for tonight's NBA game. Here tonight, Southwest Airlines starting lineups. For the Oklahoma City Thunder, Nick Collison, Jeff Green, Johan Petro, Kevin Durant, and Earl Watson. For the Houston Rockets, same starting five as they've had this season. Artest, Luis Scola, Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady, and Rafer Alston. Aaron Brooks coming off that injured list. He missed only the first game of the season. He was big for the Houston Rockets. In Dallas a couple of nights ago. Rockets taking on the Thunder next. Welcome back to Toyota Center. The Houston Rockets are being introduced to this sellout crowd tonight. Let's go courtside. Patty Smith.
Well, thank you, Bill. Of course, Coach Rick Adelman could not be happier with his Houston Rockets 2-0 start. But as we all know, if you're a coach, it's all about the game at hand. And I had a chance to talk to him just a few minutes ago and get his thoughts on the challenge that these Oklahoma City Thunder pose.
Well, they're a little bit like Dallas in that they're going to try to push the ball on us. They're athletic, they're young, much better in the open court than they are in the half court. So, we're gonna have to get back in transition. Make sure they have to guard us.
And Bill, he also said he was very pleased with what he saw from Aaron Brooks against Dallas and Jason Kidd, and he said he expects more of the same tonight from both AB and the rest of the Rocket bench.
Okay, Patty, Rick Adelman, in his 18th season in the NBA, he has won 61% of his games with a couple of NBA Finals appearances. And he's number 13 now on the NBA list of coaching wins at 809. So he's moving up the list. He's got to catch Cotton Fitzsimmons this season. That's next on the list.
That's pretty good
Rick
company.
Adelman. P.J. Carlissimo, 35 years of coaching experience, 12 in the NBA. Prior to last year, his first in Seattle with the Sonics. Before coming to Oklahoma City, he won only 20 games. P.J. was the #1 bench assistant for Greg Popovich at San Antonio for 5 seasons. Had a great college career, now trying to lead this Oklahoma City team. You know, it's hard to call them Oklahoma City Thunder. For 40 years, they were in the great city of Seattle.
Exactly.
And they wore those emerald green championships. They won one NBA championship in their 40 years in Seattle, and one of their great players is on the Houston bench now, Jack Sigma. So Jack says, yeah, it's a little unusual going to Oklahoma City instead of Seattle, but that will be the case for a while, and I suspect Seattle will get another franchise in the next few years.
Hopefully, because that franchise has a great past, great history with the great Bill Russell coaching, Lenny Wilkins. He had some great players, Gus Williams, Lonnie Shelton, and now they're in Oklahoma. It's like I'm sure Sigma has no identity with the Thunder right now.
No, he doesn't. That's like Johnny Unitas when the Colts
moved to Indianapolis.
He said, where do I go now? All right, here we go. Johan Petro will be jumping center for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And they were defeated by Milwaukee in their opening game. They played only one game. This will be the third game for the Rockets. And Yao wins the tip. That tip is a crapshoot because it just depends on how the referee throws it up. We have an early whistle because the shot clock never moved. And there's Steve Javie along with Scott Wall and Rodney Mott. So it's Javie, Mott, and Wall, the officials for tonight's game. Javie's the veteran. He had 13 playoff games last year. Mott did not have any, and Scott Wall had 1.
There's a reason for everything.
So Javie is the lead official in this crew tonight.
Got a pretty good crew.
Yep. Rafer Alston is off to a tough shooting start this year, but he's run the ball club smoothly. McGrady takes it right down to Yao, off his shoulder, out of bounds.
Good thought. Yao had him pinned down deep. He just got to catch it.
He was so concerned with pinning him down, he didn't catch the basketball. There's Durant. He'll do a little bit of everything for them. He's an excellent athlete, great shot blocker, good shooter. Rockets have had good success with him in the regular season matchup.
Well, you got Tracy McGrady guarding him tonight and Artest, so he's got 2 good defenders on him.
Scola, drive down the baseline, has it blocked inside.
The Thunder are big, they're athletic, and they like to run. They're a young team, but Earl Watson is a 7th year. He's in his 8th year as an NBA player. He's a seasoned veteran.
Yeah, he's a steadying influence there. Jeff Green has been a couple of years now. Petro also. Collison has had 4 years in the NBA.
McGrady looks a little tender to start the game to me.
Yeah, never really got into the flow of the game in Dallas. He set out that 4th quarter. There's Yao Ming baseline move, and that will not go. So both teams ice cold here in the early going, looking for their first basket. Petro from the outside, and he misses.
Yeah, McGrady set out the 4th, but in the 3rd, he took over when the team was losing momentum.
Yeah.
He basically put him on his back.
T-Mac to the rack, count it, and 1.
Arias driving straight left-handed, finishes left, takes the bump. Very few players in this league today can make that move.
Yeah, really, and Durant had him guarded to the right side, shaded to his right, and McGrady went left. Nobody helped Durant out as T-Mac gets the 3-point play. McGrady only shooting 36% to start the season. But he'll warm up. We know that. That's going to be a charge as Scola saw Durant coming.
Yeah, Durant was a little out of control. One thing you're going to notice, you can't drive all the way to the basket against the Blazers. There'll be 2 guys, against the Rockets. There'll be 2 guys that are waiting to take a charge.
Now, when you play for a franchise as long as you did, every now and then that Blazers crap drops up.
It slips.
McGrady.
Take a mulligan.
Yeah, that's right. Trying to force that pass in. McGrady, interesting, the other night in that Dallas game, he had more assists in the third quarter than he had shots attempted. Now, when's the last time you've seen that?
You know, he just did what he was supposed to do. They doubled him, got the ball out of his hand, and he's a willing passer.
Yeah, he had 6. He's averaging 6 assists a game. Artest with a big step to the basket. A steal by Scola. He needs some help. And Rafer will wait for the white jerseys. They were getting back in transition defense, so they'll go to Yao Ming. He has it knocked right into the hands of Scola. Luis goes up with a crazy shot. Won't go. Yao's got it. And it's knocked out of his hands.
Good defense by Petro from behind Yao Ming.
Yes. Petro's a 7-footer. Earl Watson, that's going to be way short. T-Mac, way off the mark. Quick shot. The one thing that got the Rockets in trouble in Dallas was taking quick shots in the, without working the ball.
And enabled them to get back into the game and make it closer.
Yeah.
Before Artest and Aaron Brooks took over.
Most coaches don't mind quick shots as long as they're layups.
Or if you make them.
Yeah, if you make them, that's right. 1 second on the shot clock, and that's a 24-second violation on the Thunder. Good defense by the Rockets.
Yeah, the Thunder have gotten off to a really rough start. That's lack of shot clock recognition. There's no movement on the offense. They're just very stagnant. Players are standing in one position.
Rockets are number 2 in the NBA in points per game differential with a plus 10.5.
I like it.
Lakers are number 1, Rockets number 2, Atlanta tied with the Rockets. And there's Artest taking it up, contact, no whistle.
Great move by Artest. The referees are sleeping. They got to wake up, and they're missing a good game.
Double team, Petro right back to Collison again. And the kneeing foul called on Scola, late whistle.
Yeah, the Thunder, they got some good talent, but they're missing a few key pieces. They got all those 7-footers that they drafted number 1 in the draft. Look at Collison. They called the knee there on Scola for the foul. But they got Mohamed Sene, they got Robert Swift, and Johan Petro.
Yep.
3 7-footers.
Finally a basket for the Thunder.
But they haven't had much production from either one of them.
Yeah, Petro's really improved, though. We saw him in the preseason, and he played some pretty inspired basketball. There he is again, getting a hand on the basketball. He's got to make that entry pass a little better. And Durant with 2 at the other end.
Just what we've been talking about all year long for the Rockets. Get back in transition defense. Got to do it.
Rockets have outscored Kevin Durant 5-4. McGrady going left all the way to the basket with a reversal. Tracy McGrady.
That's McGrady at his finest, attacking the basket.
That's going to be a steal. Scola's got the head start. Taking it down the court, has it knocked away, tries to save it, and he does, and a loose ball foul is called on Collison. Well, Collison didn't have much choice. If he didn't foul Scola, he was going to give a layup.
Check out Tracy McGrady going left again and finishing with the right reverse sweep.
Great scorers find a way to score.
Yeah.
He's not playing at 100%, but he knows how to get the ball in the basket.
He has a high degree of skill, high skill level. Makes it look easy.
Oh, Rayford dribbling into a minefield. And at the other end, it's Jeff Green for 2. Rockets have won 13 of the last 15 against the former Sonics, including the last 7 in a row. 1 point Houston lead. Rockets struggled opening night with the Memphis Grizzlies before winning by 11. Scola from the wing.
I like what the Rockets are doing offensively. They're very patient.
Artest knocked it back out of bounds. Ron Artest is so sneaky. He was number 2 last year in steals in the NBA. He's right up there among the top 10 now in steals. And he has a way of getting in that passing lane.
What he does, his anticipation is so keen. He outthinks the offensive players.
Knocked out of bounds again by Houston. Almost halfway through the first quarter. Game number 3. Petro down low to Nick Collison. He's trapped by Yao. Puts it over Yao Ming. Scola with a rebound. Yao doesn't get credit for a block, but he did change the shot.
With intimidation.
Yes. Artest missed it on the 3. Artest so far on the season is shooting 62% behind the arc. And a blocking foul is called. Count the basket by Durant.
Durant is just so good. He moves. He has a wonderful mid-range game. Off the dribble, he can pull up at any point in time. He is dribbling left, crosses over, and still able to pull up. Not many guys his size, 6'9", can make those types of moves.
Kevin Durant, Rookie of the Year in the NBA. Averaged slightly more than 20 points per game last season, and he became the 3rd teenager to average 20 or more since Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James.
Pretty good company.
Yep, I would say. Brady turns the corner, nice pass to Scola, and he blocked his own shot on the rim. Artest almost had the steal. And Jeff Green sets it up at 12 on the shot clock. Collison just inside the three-point line with the miss, and Yao with the pick.
Thunder's offense, they need a little work on their offense. They don't have enough movement.
Nice pass to Yao. Puts it up with the left hand. He is so adept now at putting it up with either the right or the left hand. And he really showed some outstanding moves in Dallas.
Just quietly, just pick them apart.
Almost a steal by Artest. He'll dog you. You put that ball out there for him. He'll come and get it over the head of Yao Ming. Petro tries to draw a foul. Can't do it. Yao with a good outlet pass. Scola's already underneath.
Yao did a great job of just making Petro shoot over it. It's hard to shoot over the Great Wall.
You're 7'6", your arms go up, you're over 8 feet tall. You're right.
Got to make shots.
Yao will back Petro down, hooks it up and in. Yao Ming.
Off to another fine start this season.
Inside to Watson, and he's fouled by Rafer Alston. Again, the word is out. If you run Houston, you can get an easy shot at the other end. The transition defense has been a little slow. This time the Rockets do it offensively, but don't get back on defense.
Welcome back to Toyota Center. Rockets up by 2. And, you know, there are a lot of great fans here at Toyota Center, and you don't have to be a Red Rowdy to be one of the ultimate fans. My good friend Bill here, he was out there, got his face painted. I think he's trying to be the ultimate fan. But you know what? You two at home can be the ultimate fan. All you have to do is take a photo that shows you are the ultimate fan and go to Rockets.com for your chance to win owner Leslie Alexander's courtside seats. 3 finalists will be selected from all photos entered. And voting for the Ultimate Fan begins Election Day when the Rockets face the Celtics. Look for the Ultimate Fan logo on Rockets.com for all the details. Get a photo, get red, and be the Ultimate Rockets fan. And Bill, you know, rumor has it that the Rockets did set that Guinness World Book record for most painted faces on opening night. How about that?
Bill didn't get his on opening night, did he, Patty?
No, he didn't. He didn't even know he was doing it tonight. He just walked in and they accosted him outside. But you're pretty pleased with the way it came out. Nice artwork on your cheek.
Well, of course. This looks great. A lot of wonderful fans, but there's only one ultimate fan, and I'm it.
Collison is the ultimate player at the moment with a slam dunk. And the Thunder tied this game at 13. Well, the fans really have gotten into the mood and excited about the Houston Rockets start. And Rafer, I wonder if he'll think that was a pass or a shot. I think he was passing it, but he threw it at the basket, and he's going to get 2 shots out of it. I don't think he wasn't going to the free throw line. Now, what do you think here? Was he shooting?
No, he wasn't. It was on the floor. He shot after the whistle had blown, but we'll take that.
Yes.
I think they blew that one.
So Rafer's going to get the free throws as Russell Westbrook, the #1 draft choice out of UCLA for the Thunder this year, will check into the game. And the veteran, Joe Smith, will come in a moment, playing with a broken nose. There's Joe. Joe's really helped a lot of teams here in the last 2 or 3 years. He's a solid veteran who can shoot. And
plays hard.
Yes, he plays both ends very well. He's been in the league 14 years now. Can you believe that? I remember when he came out of school. Yeah, played at Golden State. Yeah,
he's been on a lot of teams, but always been a very solid player.
Durant falls down. Almost a steal from McGrady. Russell Westbrook played 1 year at UCLA. Lots of athletic skills. Great return pass by Wilcox.
Wilcox is a very solid player. 6'10". They gave him the big contract a couple years ago. I don't know why he's not starting, but he's very solid at the 4 position.
Out of his 7th year, out of Maryland. There's Yao taking it inside, and a blocking foul. The ball just comes out. So Yao will shoot a couple. Yao Ming, one of the leaders in the NBA in free throw shooting this season.
Pick and roll, Yao rolls. No one, they pick him up a little bit too late. Help side defense is late coming.
Even if it comes, it's not big enough.
Yao usually makes that shot. I'm sure you'd like to have that over. He could dunk that one.
Over the first 2 games, the Rockets starting 5 is a combined 42 of 45 from the free throw line. That's 93%. And Yao's a perfect 19 of 19, Clyde. And remember, he had 35 straight last year.
That's a lot better as a team than they shot last season.
Well, they're #1 in the NBA now in free throw shooting, and that's something they ought to be able to do this year. They have shot 89% in the first 2+ games from the free throw line.
A lot of games are won at the free throw line.
Rafer gives it up to Carl Landry. Everybody's got those butterfingers tonight. Rockets up by 2. Rafer puts the shot up, misses. Yao plays volleyball, but Durant comes away with the rebound. Rafer struggling this year, only shooting 21% from the field.
Yeah, it's early. I don't like his release point. He's not releasing it with confidence. But his job is mainly as a distributor.
Wilcox is forced to shoot over Yao. Landry goes and gets it. Rockets rush it up the court. Alston looking for an easy shot. It's blocked by Westbrook. Boy, that kid's got some athletic ability. Did you see the hops on Russell Westbrook? He took a big step. Blocked that shot by Rafer. Rockets will get it back after this timeout. Houston up by 2.
Welcome back to Toyota Center. 17-15 Rockets over the Thunder.
It's been fun, Patty, seeing all the fans get in the get red mode.
Yeah, it's a thing of beauty. And the players truly respond to that.
Yeah, they do. All of the sellouts that the Rockets have had lately, and they've been doing that since last season.
18 straight?
Yep, tonight. First game against Memphis was Houston's 17th consecutive sellout at Toyota Center. This could be 18 tonight. Brent Berry has checked into the game for Houston now. So Berry, Landry will be in the game along with Yao and McGrady. Well, McGrady's still in there, so it'll be Brent Berry and Landry along with Rafer, McGrady and Yao. Rafer gets 1 out of 2.
Russell Westbrook, he's a player. Good athlete out of UCLA.
Yep.
Rookie.
Defensive player of the year in the Pac-10 last year. Landry picks it. Played 2 years at UCLA. Now down on the block. Wilcox now won't be able to guard him. Yao gets an easy shot. And McGrady put the ball in, but it is whistled off. There is a loose ball foul called on Desmond Mason.
And they're saying Yao with the turnaround jumper doesn't go. McGrady's there with the rebound. They're saying they fouled him before he shot the ball. That was quick.
T-Mac gets a roll. Tracy is 12 of 15 for 80% from the free throw line, and Jeff Green will come back into the game for the Thunder.
That's better than the 68% McGrady shot last season.
Yes, indeed.
Well, he's improved upon that.
The Rockets, as I said, as a team, #1 in the NBA in free throw shooting. They should stay there this season. Here's Westbrook on the pick and roll. Yao with a rebound. McGrady from the parking lot rimmed it out. T-Mac 1 for 4 this season from behind the arc. He made his first one.
Hasn't made any sense.
Nope. Green with a turnaround. Tough shot by Jeff Green.
Was taking advantage of the height of Brent Barry, who's got about 3 inches on him.
This is also a first-round draft choice out of Georgetown. Raper gets a nice pick, misses the shot. Yao cleans it up, and the loose ball foul is called on Yao Ming. What did he do?
I missed that one, believe it or not. I didn't see a lot.
Was he just big?
He's just big. There he is. Joe Smith did a little bit of flopping.
Yep. There's a steal by McGrady. McGrady, one of the leaders in the NBA in steals here in the early going. Crossover by T-Mac to the rack. And knocked out of bounds.
That's a whole
to Houston.
Whole lot of contact for a no call.
Yep. 2017, Rockets up by 3. 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Wilcox. Quick shot over Yao. Landry cleans it up. Rockets can go for the final shot now. About 20 seconds left on the game clock and the shot clock. And T-Mac will let the air out of the ball. When did you like to put it in motion?
About 5 seconds. 1-4 flat. Gives him the whole floor to go one-on-one.
He tried to feed it to Yao Ming. Good idea by Tracy, but Yao was going hard to the basket and couldn't pull back. 3 seconds left now. Plenty of time. Wilcox tries to call the foul and will not. So after that high-powered 60 points in the first half against Dallas, the Rockets are back home with another opponent having trouble scoring points, but up by 3 over Oklahoma City.
Welcome back to Toyota Center. Rockets up by 3, and they are making some noise here tonight.
Okay, Patty, as Ron Artest will check back in with a new cast of characters. Chuck Hayes will check in with Artest, Barry, Landry, and Aaron Brooks. Aaron Brooks with 14 points in his first game against Dallas a couple of nights ago. And Brooks and Westbrook will match up and don't blink.
They played against each other in college.
Joe Smith from the outside, and that's what he can do. He can fill it up.
Oh, yeah. Mid-range still got that.
1 point Houston lead. Rockets shoot only 31% in the first quarter. Shot over 50% in Dallas. Artest will step back and fire and miss. Fights for the basketball, and the Rockets get it back.
Westbrook is a very good rebounding point guard. You got to keep him off the board.
6'3", plays a little bigger. Long arm. Aaron lost the ball. quickly. Mason, and they played it a little too quick, and the Thunder with the turnover. Rockets taking on two of the worst teams in the NBA in their first two home games, and they have, for the most part, up until now, played down to their competition. In Dallas, they ran everything much smoother, and that was really an offensive show.
Yes, it was. Tonight, looked like no one can grab the ball.
Ron Artest fires up a three at the buzzer. Landry's got it and lays it up and in. Carl Landry getting on the boards. He has 6 rebounds already in this game.
When he comes in, he lets everyone know, I'm producing.
Making it inside, Desmond Mason followed up by Chris Wilcox.
Second unit has got to get on the rebound.
Posting up with Artest now, back outside to Brent Berry. Too hard. Hayes keeps it alive. Landry saves it. Fresh 24 for Houston. Landry works on Joe Smith. A little fadeaway, and that will be a foul. And goaltending should be called, shouldn't it?
Should be. He took it out of the cylinder.
Now, Steve Javie said it was way too short, and so that's why they're not calling
Carl
goaltending.
Landry with a good move.
There was a foul called on Joe Smith on the shot, and Carl Landry will shoot too.
Yeah, that was a good no call. No goaltending. It was about 3 feet short. But a great post move by Carl Landry to pick up the foul. He's improved in that part of his game. He's a legitimate post threat. He can shoot the mid-range jumper. He's becoming a really complete player in his second season.
Well, he is coming into this game. Landry 4 for 7 from the field. And he's 8 for 10 from the free throw line for almost 80%. 24-21 Houston. Wilcox working on Chuck Hayes. Hayes very strong, and that's going to be a defensive violation called on Houston. Called on Brent Berry.
Technical. Rick Adelman's going, what are we doing? One of those games that drive coaches nuts.
Well, those veterans, you know, Mutombo used to get one a game called on him. And Brent Berry, they know where to play, and they'll cheat over every now and then. Sometimes it won't be called, and other times early in a game, the referees will call.
Exactly, but they know they should not have been there. And they're trying to help out, but you know the rules.
Taking it down low to Mason. Good defense by Landry. Ball is stripped, but right into the hands of Joe Smith. 24-second violation. He could not get rid of it in time. Good defense by Houston.
Very good defense in all 3 games so far. They've only struggled when the offense, when they can't make shots offensively.
Yeah.
They get good shots.
Rockets have made only one of their last 9 shot attempts. They're averaging about 43% of their shots a game, giving up 40%. Artest has the ball knocked away. Almost a steal. He gets it back. Landry.
Oh! That's the way to take it in. Throw it down, big Carl.
Did you see Artest go get that ball back?
Oh, yeah. When he makes a turnover, he's going to get it. He's got a lot of go-get it in him.
That looked like a Thunder going the other way until Artest. And there's Landry with his 8th rebound of the game already. Aaron Brooks blowing by Westbrook, and he's fouled. And well, he put it in another gear.
Yeah.
So we have a timeout on the court, 8:24 left to play in the second quarter. When we come back, Aaron Brooks will be at the free throw line. Rockets up by 4.
Welcome
Welcome back to Toyota Center. Rockets up by 4 with just over 8 minutes to go in the second.
The Rockets coming out of this timeout shooting only 33% from the field, 37% shooting for the Thunder. What do you think the problem is here in the early going for the Rockets?
I think the defense has been good for the Thunder. They're tall, they're athletic, they change a lot of shots, but they've been a little sloppy. They haven't executed the way they'd like to, but luckily they've got some offensive boards, some putbacks, and they've maintained the lead.
Well, Aaron Brooks was not in the act of shooting, so the Rockets will get the ball back in. AP puts it up and in. He's got that soft little touch around the basket. Reminds me so much of Calvin Murphy, the way he can stop and pop.
Little guy's got to have that weapon.
Yes, indeed.
To get it over the top of the defense.
And there's Desmond Mason taking it in for 2. Mason's really a good athlete. He's been around now. He's a veteran, but he can't get out of the state of Oklahoma. He was there with New Orleans when they were in Oklahoma City. He went up to Seattle. Now he's back. Went to Milwaukee as a free agent. Now he's back in Oklahoma City with the Thunder. And Green with a rebound. And, of course, he played at Oklahoma State. So Mason likes the state of Oklahoma, and that's an offensive foul called on Desmond Mason.
He's a high flyer. He's a very physical player, as you saw there. Look at that. He's trying to get great job by Brent Barry to draw the foul. Not giving in on the position.
28-24, Rockets. Biggest lead of the game so far has been only 6 points for Houston. Trying to get to that again on this possession. Landry with the miss. Ball deflected out of bounds, and it'll be Oklahoma City's ball. Boy, the Rockets had 60 points at half against Dallas. They're going to be struck. They haven't gotten to 30 yet. We have 7:08 left to play in the second quarter.
Well, maybe they got to get used to the rims at home.
They practiced here.
Exactly. They like the road rims a little bit better
in the preseason. Another turnover by the Thunder. Good defense by the Rockets. That's been their staple this year, except for that Dallas game. They just outscored the Mavericks. But they made the stops at the end when it counted. Aaron Brooks kicks out Brent Barry. Beautiful job, and Barry pulled the trigger on it. Aaron says, I'll give you one more chance, Brent.
Don't give him 2 shots at it. He will knock that down every time.
Well, he just did. There's 31-24, and now the biggest lead of the game by Houston, 7 points. And P.J. Carlesimo will call a timeout. The Rocket Red faithful enjoying the action. Brent Barry getting the 2. And Aaron Brooks says, I'll give you one more try. Rockets up by 7 in the second quarter.
In Lubbock, playing the number 6 team in the country. That's a tall order for any team.
It's like actually having your own playoffs.
I agree.
Started with Oklahoma. Then they had to beat Missouri. Then they had to beat Oklahoma State. Texas Tech maybe too much. Joe Smith with a turnaround. He missed it. And the rebound to Aaron Brooks. Down to Ron Artest. He'll take it inside, sets up Aaron Brooks. Passed up the 3, goes inside to Landry. Look at that ball move around. Now Aaron gets it again.
Great ball movement, as you said. Good chemistry on the floor.
Watson with a charge.
Brent Barry. Step up. Take one for the team. Watson is quick.
Yep. Still giving up that body, huh?
Anticipates it, gives up the body. Seasoned veteran. It's great to have a veteran like that coming in with the second.
37 years old. He's still bouncing around.
And still shooting. And still a pretty good athlete. After all, he won the 1996 Slam Dunk Champion at the NBA All-Star Game.
With his warm-up on.
Didn't need to take him on.
A lot of guys out there that don't remember that. So young. There's Landry. Sets up Artest from the corner, and Ron Artest shooting 60% from behind the three-point line in this early season. He has 5 points tonight. Almost a steal.
Good Rocket defense, just swarming.
10 on the shot clock. Almost another turnover. The second unit has really played well in the early part of the season because they got a lot of time in the preseason, didn't they?
They played a lot together, so they pretty much knew what their rotations would be, who would be on the floor, and their chemistry is a lot better, and it shows.
Durant comes back in, so does McGrady. 4 seconds, down to 3, down to 2. Durant up and in.
Boy, is he smooth.
Yeah.
A la George Gervin.
He does look a lot physically like Gervin. Has a long, lean body.
Yeah.
And stronger than he looks.
Yeah, very lean and he just gets it done.
Down to McGrady, 8 on the shot clock. T-Mac puts it up short. Look at Landry go and get it. That's rebound number 9 for Carl. Trying to make too much happen, Aaron Brooks.
I think he's trying to throw it between the legs of a 7-footer.
I think he was.
That doesn't work.
13 on the shot clock. Get him outside. Earl Watson put up a 3. Hayes goes to get it. Ball is loose, and Joe Smith puts it up and in. Oh, that's Petro. I'm sorry.
Johan Petro.
Trying to look around Yao.
Hard to do. He's a tall order.
Pretty wide, too. Oops. Brady throws it right to Durant, and Durant beats McGrady down the court.
That's 6 straight points for the Thunder. Rockets get a little careless here.
Well, Rick Adelman will call a timeout. 3:41 left to play in the second period, and the Rockets lead only 4. Rockets up by 4 with 3:41 left to play in the second quarter. I don't know where it goes. It doesn't go around his middle like it goes around that. There's McGrady going left. Raper back into the game. Back to Yao. Short on the left-handed shot. Rockets half-court offense just really sputtering tonight.
Well, they're getting good shots. They just go through a phase where they can't make them.
Yeah. Collison. Now they're getting some pretty close-up looks. 44% shooting, an 8-0 run by Oklahoma City.
The best execution on the offensive end tonight by the Thunder on that play. Their offense is really designed for guys that just make shots.
McGrady goes to the rack for 2 and 1, and McGrady grabs his head. And it looks like he may have hit his noggin on the floor. First time Tracy has really gone to the basket. He made a couple of moves with the left hand the first time and got some layups early in the game. This time he's got a little bump on his noggin.
You know, when you go to the rack, sometimes you're going to get knocked down. Just got to keep coming. There he is going strong again, going to his left. Put a little pain on him that time.
He hit Yao's knee.
Yes. On the way down, going backwards. That hurts. There he is going backwards. Boom. He hits Yao right into Yao's knee. He'll feel that in the morning.
Don't want either one of those guys colliding with each other. So many times when you guys go way up in the air like that, what's the feeling coming down?
You just wonder what's
I've never
behind
had
you.
that feeling.
Very timid, trust me.
I came down so fast, I never felt like I was up there very long. There's a basket.
Kevin Durant. You know, he's a shot maker. That's not an offensive play. You just get him the ball and he'll make shots.
Artest wants it. He's got it. Jeff Green all over Ron Artest. Artest going baseline. Knocked out of bounds by the Thunder. 37-34 Houston. 2:25 left to play in the second period. Artest with 5. Yao with 6. McGrady with 10. T-Mac. It's a good look and misses. Earl Watson will run the offense. Petro with a pick. Petro's got a good look, and it's knocked out of bounds by Houston.
Petro's been having a good look all night, but he hadn't made one.
Yeah, he's 1 for 5. 13 points for Kevin Durant. He's 6 of 8. He's the leading scorer on the court.
Oh,
Petro,
there he is.
He heard you.
Law of averages.
Never scoff at that opponent. He'll make that putt on you every time.
Or you know it.
Brady gets a pick from Yao, gets inside, and he does not get the roll, but he will go to the line to shoot a couple.
I like what McGrady is doing. He's continuing to attack the rim. Since they're having trouble from the perimeter, they desperately needed a score. And here he is seizing an opportunity to attack the big man, draws the foul, and that's the way you stay ahead of teams at home.
We see early a trend starting to develop. Remember last year, the Rockets in the entire season averaged only about 22 free throws attempted a game. This season, they've already been to the line an average of 28 a game in their first 2 games, and they're at the line now 13 times. This will be their 14th free throw attempt, and they've made 13 of 14 for 92%, so they are getting to the free throw line more.
Yeah, they're attacking the rim, not just depending on the outside shot, which makes you a more efficient basketball team.
Therein lies the lead for Houston. The Thunder only 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Actually, the Thunder with more field goals than Houston. Yao gets the inside, goes for the slam and misses. And a layup missed by Jeff Green. Rafer to the basket, and he's fouled. What an ugly game.
Yeah. Stole the words right out of my mouth. Boy, this is ugly. But they're hustling. McGrady with the pass to Rafer. Wow.
Yeah, Nick Collison said, where'd I foul him? I stepped back. It was the Olay foul.
He got out the way. Great defense on the other end. And Jeff Green was going up for the layup, and McGrady outguessed him.
So Collison has 3 personal fouls. He has to come out of the game. Joe Smith will come back in. He did not want to pick that foul up with 1:15 left in the quarter. And Rafer pulled his arm back, recoiled on that shot. 14 of 16 for 88% for the Rockets. Watson, what a great move by Durant, and draws the foul.
That was the most athletic play I've seen in quite some time. Check out the replay, fellas. Durant, a great pass from Earl Watson, very high. And McGrady is with him the whole time. Look at this. He catches it, bring it down, and he steals it, kisses it off the glass.
He was with him till he elevated. Then he wasn't with him anymore.
Kevin Durant showing the skills that made him the #1 pick.
Durant in 15 minutes, 16 points. Rafer is wide open. That ball was way off the mark, and Rafer came in. That allowed Watson to start back at the other end, and they're going to get a fast break out of it. When Rafer charged after the miss, he went in for the offensive rebound, and Watson took off.
Yeah. To say that he's not shooting the ball with confidence, that's an understatement.
It's the first lead of the game for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And with 34 seconds left to play, Watson will fire up another one, trying to go 2 for 1. And Artest rebound. Difference of about 5 seconds. Shot clock, game clock.
McGrady will go one-on-one against Kevin Durant.
Down to 4, down to 3. Rafer misses again. Knocked out of bounds by Oklahoma City. The Rockets will still have 3.3.
Do you think they're going to guard him?
No, they're going to leave him open.
Leave him wide open until he makes a shot.
Sure.
Which we know he will eventually.
Back to Scola. Gets a good look off the glass. Louis Scola 1 second left to play. And Green is trapped by Artest. Well, the Rockets had as much as a 10-point lead, but Oklahoma City ended the quarter on a 17-8 run the last 5.5 minutes. Scola's shot puts the Rockets up by 1. Stay tuned. The Lexus halftime report is next. Don't go away.
Toyota Center, time for the Lexus halftime report as the Rockets on top of Oklahoma City, 42-41. If you have an appetite for good basketball, well, it probably wasn't satisfied in that first half. It was just flat, ugly. Matt Bullard will join me in just a couple of minutes. We'll talk about and break down this first half of basketball. But speaking of appetites and good food, well, the suites here at the Toyota Center, it's about as good as it gets, and no one knows that any better than Bill Worrell and Clyde Drexler.
This is our annual sweet tasting tip-off party, which we have every year. And this year it's a luncheon, which is focused on the practice, the Rockets training camp practice, which is going on. We have 80 traditional suites, 14 courtside. We're building 4 more. We have about 126 suite holders, from oil and gas all the way down to restaurants. Oliva Restaurants does our catering. You can do anything from a carving station with filet mignon to lobster, down to hamburgers and hot dogs, depending on who you're hosting.
This is the most important feature today. It's called dessert. And this is how you come to the decision-making process. What's good, what's very sweet, and what's the worst for you. It's only going to be a little bit, so you can indulge heartily. You got to have dessert for you. What you do is, as you get older, you get smarter. You get smaller portions. I'm trying to figure out whether I want a donut or a cinnamon roll or a piece of pecan pie. The bigger dessert will take the glide right out of you. So if you need a little sweetness in your life, my choice today is going to be the pecan pie, my favorite. Can't say no. Look out there, but I'm going, let me at it, let me at it. Good measure.
Yeah, really fun to have over 100 suites, have a little parties on every suite, Everybody's have a different taste for a different game, so our menu is extensive. We go from beef tenderloin to shrimp margaritas. It's not only the hot dogs and the hamburgers. We can offer a lot of upscale food, based on our menu.
As a suite holder, some of the things you receive are all the concerts that happen at Toyota Center, all the Rockets games. So while the Rolling Stones is going on downstairs, you can have a carving station and have the best wine, the best hors d'oeuvres that you'd like. So it's an all-around deal.
Really? When was the last time you think Worrell or Drexler paid for a meal? Seriously, 42-41 at halftime. Rockets on top of Oklahoma City. We'll be back with more. The Lexus halftime report continues from downtown next. Halftime 42-41. Kevin Eschenfelder, Matt Bullard. Welcome back to Lexus halftime report. Talked about it earlier. Rockets didn't want to play down to the level of competition. That's certainly something they have done in the first half. Kevin Durant, though, very, very talented player. We saw him early.
Yeah, Kevin Durant's really the only player for the Thunder that's doing anything. He's got 16 points tonight, 7 for 9 from the field. Of course, when you're dunking it, you're going to shoot a really high percentage, but the Rockets have got to get in his way, play better defense on him. If they can shut him down, the Rockets can cruise to a victory. Now, Carl Landry came in the game and really picked up the intensity. He's strong on the boards. He really gets after it on the defensive end. Of course, I think he's learning from Chuck Hayes there. But I like the way he goes after the ball, gets his hands on it, and when he's around the rim, he's going to try to dunk everything. Now, Aaron Brooks, I felt like in the second quarter, picked up the tempo and started making the ball move a little bit better.
His penetration really opened things up on the outside. All right, 42-41 halftime score. Back with more on the Lexus halftime report from Toyota Center in just a moment.
Rockets get a last-second field goal from Luis Scola to take a 1-point lead. And Clyde, the Rockets have been giving up a lot of points in the paint. But more than that, they're only shooting 33%.
Well, they can't score. They haven't been able to make shots. They've executed their offense, but they haven't made shots. And the reason they're getting outscored in the paint is because they've turned the ball over and they're getting layups and dunks on the other end.
Yeah, that's 45% by Oklahoma City. And the Rockets are only 2 for 10 behind the three-point line. That really, the free throw line has saved the Houston Rockets so far.
It's been their saving grace. And now that was the first half. Now the second half, let's see what this veteran Houston Rocket team does. Do they come out and take care of business right away? Or do they let this young team stick around?
Yeah, it's time to pick up that tempo as P.J. Carlesimo talking with Steve Javie and Scott Wall about something. And Patty, let's go to Patty Smith.
Well, Bill, I was talking to some of the coaches in the back, and basically they said slow and sloppy is not going to get it done. That's exactly what they saw out there. They said they wanted to see a lot more energy, not getting so many one-on-one situations, more ball movement, and they just want the Rockets to finish. So that's the report from the coaching staff.
Yeah, what this they're talking about, P.J. Carlesimo, they think that Nick Collison has only 2 fouls. They have him on the stat sheet with 3. And we thought that's why they took him out, because he had 3 fouls, and apparently he will keep that 3rd foul.
He's earned them.
Yeah. I don't think PJ is going to win that argument.
No, they had 14 fouls for the Thunder in the first half. Only 5 for the Rockets.
Durant coming off a pick, and just like that, the Thunder regain the lead.
It's too easy. That's just a basic pin down. Really bad defense by the Rockets.
The Rockets look a step slower tonight than they did Thursday night.
Don't want to let this young team hang around. It energizes them.
Well, they can't even play pitch and catch. Yao comes to post up. Sometimes it looks like the entry pass to Yao comes smoother when it comes from the wing rather than on top.
Good point. That was a bad angle by Rafer Austin.
Good defense by Tracy. All right, Yao's got an early pin down. Go to him. They do, and there it is.
That's more like it.
He had Petro right on his hip.
Artest is a really good entry pass, post passer. That's another intangible that he does well.
Artest is chasing Durant now.
Yeah.
Rather than T-Mac. Earl Watson with the miss, and Scola with the rebound.
Durant has 18 points already, so Artest says, let me at it, let me at it. That's what I love about him. He competes.
Now taking it inside over Petro. Missed the shot. Earl Watson out of there with the ball.
This methodical offense the Thunder have. Just basic pin down.
Well, a lot of times, if you're lacking in talent, you can milk that 24-second shot clock, keep that score close. That was an old Jeff Van Gundy trick. Yao. Durant almost took it away from Yao. Shot clock down to 7 seconds. Rockets got to make something happen. Down to 5, down to 4. Artest loses the ball. Now it's 3-on-2 fast break, and Durant for an easy 2.
And the Rockets are slow.
Yeah, just really slow.
Just turnover, just sloppy to start the half.
Coming right down and looking very predictable, aren't they?
Very. Not interested in this game at this moment.
Brady now going one-on-one. T-Mac to the rack for 2.
These are the kind of games that come back to bite you.
Rockets just not running back on defense. That's just a simple get it up the court in a hurry.
If they've had any weaknesses so far this season, that's surely been it.
Yeah, transition defense has been very good. Brady draws a foul. That's an old cagey move. Durant picks up his 2nd foul of the game.
He gets guys to bite on that move every single night. Now, if they watch the film, they do proper scouting, they know he's going to do that. Watch this. Throws the ball up like he's going to shoot and jumps into the defender. That's a veteran. That's a great skill move by McGrady.
Clyde, if you're a defensive player, and you look at the stat sheet before the game and you see that McGrady is shooting only 35% from the field, you want him to take that jump shot, don't you?
You want him to take it, but it's early in the season. Like, you could be 6 for 14 and be shooting 40%.
Yeah.
So one shot away from being 50%.
Yeah.
So those stats are misleading.
Earl Watson setting it up to Jeff Green. Green with a turnaround, and Scola had the ball knocked away from him, and it'll be Houston's ball. Rockets up by 1 point. Biggest lead for Houston was 10. That came about midway through the second quarter. Biggest lead for the Thunder has been 1.
Brady calling for the pick and roll.
Brady, nice pass to Scola. And Tracy McGrady gets his 3rd assist of the game. Scola with 6 points.
Look how quick the Thunder bring that ball back up court.
Durant spins inside. Yao came out to meet him. Changed the shot. Ball on the floor. And Petro kicks it. And the missed shot again knocked out of bounds by Oklahoma City. That was a nice scrum.
The Rockets just can't get control of it. They're hustling.
Nice crossover move. Pass out to McGrady. 1 extra pass. Come on, Rafer. There you go. Rafer Alston with his first basket of the game.
A lot better release. He was on balance. He can make that if he's serious.
Well, it's time to get serious. Rockets up by 6. Collison got it inside and decided better of it. Watson cut off by Yao. Good defensive move, but that leaves Collison open. He misses the shot. Petro goes for the rebound, and Artest just takes it away. Quickly up the other way is Rafer Alston looking for an easy basket. Now he'll settle it down. Yao has a much smaller Collison on him. They double team Yao. That leaves McGrady open, and he misses the 3. Rockets really don't have their three-point shooting team on the court. The best three-point shooters. Artest is the best on the team, but he hasn't shot any here lately. And there's Durant over McGrady.
Durant very efficient here in this game.
I'll say so. 10 of 15 from the field, 22 points.
And you can see Durant's confidence growing with each and every minute in this game. And you don't want to let a player who can put up 40 on you on any given night, let him get that feeling like he's invincible.
Nice pass outside to Rafer. Rafer misses. And the rebound goes to Watson. Watson puts it up, misses. Good defense by Rafer on that, and it's knocked out of bounds by Yao Ming. Six and a half minutes left to play. When you look at Kevin Durant, and you remember that last year Greg Oden was #1, he's played very little, only several games in his NBA career. Durant looks like the best pick at the moment.
You think?
Petro with a nice pass from Collison. And again, a half step quicker for the Thunder.
But there's no mistake that Durant is a nice player and will be for many, many years.
Oh, yeah.
Greg Oden has yet to prove that he can stay healthy long enough to help his team out. Give me the guy that's playing.
Yeah, there are some concerns right now, whether he's injury prone or not. Artest looking inside to Scola. Ron Artest will shoot the 3. Again, Watson pushes it in a hurry. Good defense by Rafer. He got back on the 7-foot Petro. Now the Rockets have the advantage. Rafer Alston, Ron Artest sets for 3. And the Rockets push it up the court in a hurry and get an easy shot. Ron Artest says, finally. So Ron Artest with his second 3 of the game. Good assist from Rafer Alston. And the Rockets lead by 5. Rockets up by 5. Here is the Aaron's Rental upcoming telecast, and that will be Tuesday night. Boy, the Boston Celtics come a-calling. It'll be the only Houston appearance for the Celtics, the NBA champions. And if that preseason game in Manchester, New Hampshire was any indication, this one ought to be pretty tense.
That could be a prelude to the NBA final.
You would certainly hope so. Here's Kevin Durant. Has the turnover. A little better defense now. Artest will bring it up for Houston. Keeps that ball moving. Back out to Rayford. 16 on the shot clock. Artest from the corner. In and out. And a loose ball foul on Petro. Yao Ming had the inside position. Thought he was going to get the rebound. And Petro with a little shove in the back right there.
That was Artest with the heat check. Sometimes when you're hot, you got to shoot it again just to see if you're still hot.
Well, sure. Rayford down to Scola. Scola turns inside, and he is fouled. He'll shoot two. You don't see Scola miss from that close range very often.
No. The Thunder are really aggressive. He's got him down here.
So Petro with back-to-back fouls.
You know they're going to foul you. They give you good, hard NBA fouls. None of that little weak stuff.
Collison with 3 fouls, 3 for Petro. No Rocket with over 2. Scola has 2. He got that early in the game. Rockets continue their torrid free throw shooting. 18 of 20 from the stripe for Houston. 90%. Johan Petro with a miss and Artest with a rebound. Rockets up by 7, looking for more now. Good run by Houston. Grady looking to Yao. Yao with a double team. Artest takes it down low. Artest puts it up. Yao's got it. Yao goes for the dunk. Not there. Lots of contact. Wow. Watson all the way to the basket for 2. Boy, in transition, Thunder, this time Scola says, let me get it up in a hurry. He does, but he doesn't make it.
Probably not the best option.
Well, the Rockets have more of their half-court team in there.
Right. If the Thunder had a post game, this would be an interesting contest.
Earl Watson with a miss. Watson only 2 for 8 from the field. He's been hitting some shots. It might be different.
Normally he does.
Scola takes it inside. Well, they're helping off Scola. That's leaving him open. And he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 more. Westbrook and Smith will check in for the Thunder.
Great pass from McGrady. Scola. I mean, you see the hard fouls? You know you're going to get hacked on the inside of the Thunder defense. And that's a trademark of P.J. Carlesimo's team. They're usually pretty tough.
Carlesimo, fine connoisseur of fine wine and food. Had a restaurant, remember, in San Francisco for many years.
One of the all-time great guys. He's got his work cut out for him with his team, though.
Yeah, he really does. He won only 20 games last year with this when it was in Seattle. Got a little better talent. Westbrook takes it inside and draws a foul from Rayford Alston. Rayford said, where did I foul him? That's 2 on Skip. And the first team foul called on the Rockets.
Westbrook turns on the Jets. I don't know. That was marginal. Who made the contact here? The offensive player? It'd be hard to get some consistency on that play as an official.
Westbrook was on that all Pac-10 all-defensive team last year with Wilson from UCLA, Taj Gibson, Robin Lopez of Stanford, and Kyle Weaver of Washington State. He was the defensive player of the year. Quick.
Very good athlete.
Yeah, he was the 4th overall pick taken in the first round.
After only 2 years at UCLA.
Grady picked up nicely by Durant. Scola turns inside, sets up Yao from the outside. He misses the shot, and it's tipped to Durant. Look at Mason run the court, but a kicked ball by Artest. 73 of Oklahoma City's points have come, 73% have come in the paint. Now, a lot of that can be from turnovers, fast break points. There's Westbrook with a miss from the outside.
And that could be perhaps his weakness, his outside shooting. He's got to improve that. He will.
The point guards nowadays shoot the ball, look for their shot first. There's Yao. He gets Petro pinned down low. There's no way Petro can stop him.
No, he's too little. Too little. Yao is a big order on the defensive end. He keeps that ball up high, and it's just tough to block it.
Durant, good defense by Scola, and he ends up with the rebound. Scola with the jumper. Durant sets up Westbrook from the wing, and he misses again. 41% shooting by the Thunder, 34% shooting by Houston with 2:20 left to play in the third quarter. T-Mac from the outside, and he misses again. Tracy only 4 for 12 from the field. 62-55.
16 points. He leads all Rockets. That tells you how the shooting has been.
Well, he's 8 of 8 from the free throw line.
That helps.
Remember, he was 11 of 13 in Dallas. Got to the line a lot against the Mavericks. And it's got to be traveling, doesn't it?
It took about 8 steps before they called it.
That's what Yao will do for you. The Great Wall. He'll hold those hands up. You got to make a decision. That's a traveling call. Rockets with the lead.
Welcome back to Toyota Center. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third. Rockets up by 7.
Thank you, Patty. The Oklahoma City Thunder have 6 more field goals made than the Houston Rockets. The difference in this game and the reason for the Rockets' lead right now has come from the free throw line. Houston with the lead there, 20-5.
Yeah. They know how to attack the basket, and their experience has enabled them to get to the line. Because the big guys for the Thunder have been foul-prone in the past, so they scouted this team accurately. Give Rick Adelman and his crew a lot of credit.
Final 2 minutes of the quarter. Carl Landry and Brent Berry will come in. McGrady will stay in with Alston and Yao. Landry had a big rebounding first half. Yao Ming gets the double team. That sets up Rafer with a high arching three. Rafer Alston with his second three of the game. The Rockets 5 of 17 behind the arc for 30%. Westbrook with a beautiful crossover move to the basket.
Boy, he athletic and quick. He can finish in traffic.
Berry gets it right back to Rafer, who gives it to Yao. Yao down that baseline. Bulldozes his way inside. Landry gets it back, and the ball ends up in the hands of Alston. They reset the shot clock. Yao turns to the middle. How did it? Well, he traveled because they're hanging all over his arm.
That's unbelievable. The referee underneath surely has to see all of that contact. Watch this. He got Yao's left arm. Watch Joe Smith. He's all over Yao's left arm. He can't even elevate. That's a foul.
Smith hits from the outside. So the Thunder hanging around. Rockets up by 6. Just like that Memphis game. Rockets can't take charge.
Can't seem to put him away.
Brady, nice pass to Brett Berry. Shot it too hard. Rebound to Westbrook. Brady now 4 for 13 from the field. Westbrook missed it. Yao trying to tip it. Landry ends up with it. Westbrook so quick he went up twice while Yao was still coming down. 13 seconds left in the quarter. 9 on the shot clock. Difference of about 2 seconds. Rafer got pinned. Brent Berry, nice pass to Yao. Landry could not get it off in time. So we'll have a shot clock violation. Still 2 seconds left in the quarter.
To say that was sloppy would be an understatement. Lack of execution, you got to have shot clock awareness.
And Westbrook walked. So the Rockets will have 1.9. That was a nifty little move by Rafer Alston.
Yeah. Good veteran move to get it back.
Now, who gets the shot here? When you pass it, you got to pass it to a three-point shooter, don't you?
You got to think they're not going to leave Brent Barry. Probably give it to Yao underneath.
There it is. Yao gives it right back to Alston. And he almost banked it in. So in the third quarter, the Rockets outscore Oklahoma City 23-18 and lead it by 6. Houston Rockets win the first and the third quarters and take a 6-point lead. Brent Barry with the ball. Aaron Brooks in there with Yao Ming. Landry. Carl Landry will shoot the jumper. Landry was so impressive. He had 6 points and 10 rebounds at the half. Now he's 8 and 10, headed for a double-double.
Carl Landry comes in and he gives you everything he has. Mr. Energy off the bench.
Joe Smith giving it up to Wilcox, trying to shoot it over Yao. Yao with a rebound. Quick outlet pass to Aaron Brooks. Brent Barry. Back out to Artest, who's wide open. Goes instead to the basket, draws the foul, and now the Rockets taking it right to the Thunder. I like this lineup in here. It has a blend of speed and shooters.
Yeah, I think Rick Adelman senses the need to put points on the board. There you see Artest doing what he does best, forcing the action, getting to the line.
Artest took over in the fourth quarter against Dallas the other night.
Both on offense and on defense.
Yeah.
He stopped Nowitzki at the end.
And he was working with Aaron Brooks. And I think Rick's talking now to Brent Barry. Barry, he likes to play Barry with Brooks, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a good calming effect on Aaron Brooks. You got the seasoned veteran and the young rookie. They work so well together.
Rockets 22 of 24 for 92%. And Mason with a miss, and Yao picks it. 8 rebounds for Yao Ming. Aaron Brooks dribbles through the lane, takes a peek. Barry will set up the offense. 12 on the shot clock. Artest drops it down to Yao. 5 seconds. Down to 4. Picks out Aaron Brooks. Aaron on the drive. Nice pass to Landry. Oh, what a play.
The quickness of Aaron Brooks created the dunk by Landry.
Just jumps right through a keyhole, doesn't he? Biggest lead of the game for the Rockets, 12 points.
Aaron's ability to penetrate and draw defenders.
Good defense by Houston. They're playing that shutdown D. There's another miss. Aaron Brooks wants to push it. He does. Artest with the numbers. Barry gives it right back. One too many passes.
Landry and Artest ran into each other.
Now to Yao Ming with a hook shot. Oh! And he's fouled. Oh, what an athletic move by the big guy.
You talk about a soft touch.
And a timeout taken by the Thunder. And right now, the Thunder a little too much lightning by the Rockets. Rockets with their biggest lead of the game. Let's take a look at tonight's Progressive Insurance Above the Rim replay. It starts below the rim with Aaron Brooks, but it ends up above the rim with Carl Landry.
Well, Aaron Brooks went through 3 defenders to give Carl the slam dunk. Look at the lanes open. That's called quickness.
Yes, indeed. Rockets still shooting only 36%. And let's check out tonight's United States Marines leaders of the game. And Carl Landry with 10 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double in only 18 minutes.
Carl Landry-like numbers that we've come to expect, Bill, on a nightly basis.
Rockets number 1 in the NBA in free throw shooting percentage at 90%. The best Rockets team was that 73-74 Rockets squad who finished up 81% free throw shooting, and they had Rudy Tomjanovich and Calvin Murphy and Mike Newland and Jack Marin and Joe Smith with the basket. Calvin shot 87%, Newland 86%, Rudy T 85%. This season, Yao hasn't missed yet. He's 1,000%, Artest 1,000%. Yao's got it. Gets a double team. Brent's going to give it right back to him. Here comes a double team. Artest is open on the other side of the court. Yao with a rebound. Yao gets it back. Yao fighting off about 4 players, and he will shoot 2. Wow, great hustle by the big fella.
Never giving up. He wanted that, and he got it. Great wall. The shot goes up, the great wall's on the board, loses and said, give me that back. Hey, give me that. Between the legs.
That was reminiscent of that one-arm shot he made the other night because they were holding his left arm, so he just went and got it with his right one. Oh, the first miss of the season for Yao Ming. I was hoping he could get that 35 straight again.
If anybody can do it, he can.
Well, he'll just start another streak. It ended at 21 straight for Yao. Westbrook blocked by Yao Ming. And he tips it out to Barry.
Welcome to the NBA, young fella.
Aaron Brooks turns around the double team, sets up Carl Landry. And Aaron Brooks has created all kinds of easy shots for the rest of his teammates.
I tell you, they're going to love him. He keeps doing that.
Well, he's just giving him the ball where they're comfortable.
They can't contain it, so you either have to give him the layup or help.
Another turnover. Artest created that steal. And the Rockets string it out to a 16-point lead, looking to build on that.
Hey, that second unit with Brooks, Landry, and Barry is pretty serious.
It really is. It really has. There's Aaron with a 3, a little bit out of his range.
Go deep.
We're about 25 feet. As Watson and Durant will check back into the game.
Yeah, the flashback, University of Oregon.
Well, no. I'll tell you, that was about 6 feet outside that college 3.
Exactly.
Earl Watson back in for Westbrook. Smith from the right elbow. And Joe Smith continues to do what he does best. Let's knock down that perimeter jumper. He's 4 for 6 tonight. He has 8 points.
If Landry continues to help off the dribble, Smith is going to be open all night.
Artest drops it down to Yao. Yao takes it to the basket with the left hand. Oh, that's no contest right there.
Joe Smith has no chance to guard Yao Ming one-on-one. They got him double and triple.
Yao with a double-double. 16 points and 10 rebounds for the Great Wall. Remember last year before he got hurt, he had a double-double.
He did.
22 points, 11 boards. There's another turnover.
The thing is, the Rockets have got shooters out there now, so you just can't double from anybody.
No. Good point. Artest to the basket. Puts it up with the right hand. Yao goes for it, and Landry comes away with it. And a fresh 24 for Houston. Aaron Brooks. Landry's wide open. Oops, a little too hard. Right in the hands of Yao. Has it knocked away. Watson back to Durant. And he ran right through. Oh, Brent Barry's called for the block.
That's hard to believe. Watson gives it up to Durant. Brent Barry standing there having a cup of coffee and a sandwich.
Well, where was Where was a block here? He set. Oh, he turned a little bit.
He was trying to soften the blow. He turned into him. He was definitely there.
Turned just a little bit.
That's a charge 9 out of 10 times.
I don't blame him for turning.
He was sitting there waiting on him.
So Durant gets 2 free throws. That's 7 of 8 from the line for the Thunder. Rockets are 24 of 27 from the line. .640 left to play in the game. Al wants it. He's got Petra on his back. Landry waits his turn, takes it up, and is blocked by Mason. I don't think Carl saw Mason. Mason with a miss. Tipped out of bounds by Houston.
I think Landry lost his footing, and he had no elevation on the shot. Because he normally throws that down.
Inbounds play. The Rockets went to sleep.
It's the same play they've run all game long, yet they still continue to give it to them. Well, that'll make some adjustments.
Back down to a 12-point lead for Houston. It was up to 16. Aaron Brooks takes it through the middle, and he's fouled by Collison, number 4. Did you see how quickly he got to the basket?
He passed by Johan Petro, who was in a prevent defense, like he was standing still.
Like he was out of Petro.
They had nothing to do with fouling. And you see, they do give you hard fouls. They make you pay the price when you come into the middle of the paint of the Thunder. The good thing is they give you a hard foul, but they foul a lot.
Yeah, well, that's because you get by the initial man so quickly. Aaron ought to be a 90% free throw shooter. He is really one of the best releases from the free throw line that I've ever seen. And he's perfect this season also. Petro from the outside with a miss. Artest pulls down the rebound. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 points for Ron Artest. Rockets with 6 players in double figures. Durant with a miss, and Barry gets it back. Good pickup on defense by Aaron Brooks. And the Rockets want a timeout. 5:37 left to play in the game. And Aaron Brooks has come in, ignited this Houston Rocket backup team along with Yao Ming. They lead at 81-67.
Welcome back to Toyota Center. Rockets up 81-67.
Thank you, Patty. It looks good to see all those youngsters in the stands tonight. We've got a lot of young people with their Rocket red. That's where it all starts, isn't it, Clyde?
Absolutely.
You guys had got the kids to wearing all those Rockets jerseys back in 94, 95.
You gotta love that. You know, that's where it began. You want to see them out here, especially on the weekend, as there's no school. And, you know, they look like they've been eating a lot of candy from Halloween last night.
The Rockets did too early in the game. In this quarter, the Rockets have outscored Oklahoma City 16-8. But the Rockets are 5 for 10 shooting in this quarter, while holding Oklahoma City to only 3 for 10 from the field. And that's an offensive foul on Ron Artest.
It's a physical game, and sometimes that stuff happens. Referee was looking for it that time.
Desmond Mason to Kevin Durant, looking for Nick Collison. Landry cutting him off. Collison turning inside. Landry with great defense, and sometimes you just have to tip your cap to the offensive player.
Quite often in the NBA.
That was just a great move.
Play the best defense possible, and they still make you look like you're not even there.
McGrady back into the game. Looking for Yao. McGrady will shoot the jumper. Got it. There you go. That's the first one he's made. He missed. But now when it counts down the stretch, T-Mac's right on target. Durant puts it up. Great defense by Landry. Tipping it out to Artest. Look at Draper. Hustle up the court. He missed the layup.
Got to make your layups.
I think it's interesting that Rick came back with Draper and T-Mac.
Yeah.
Because I think he really wants them to play more together.
He's very loyal to his starters.
Well, plus T-Mac didn't play very much in the preseason, and I think he feels like he needs the minutes.
Yeah, you continue to work him into shape. And besides, he's the leading scorer in tonight's game with 18 points. So you want to get him back on the floor.
Petro got the basket.
Might have gotten away with the travel, Bill.
Johan Petro, 4 for 11 from the field. He has 8 points, 8 rebounds. The Rockets have 10 from Artest, 10 from Scola, 16 for Yao, McGrady with 18, 10 for Alston, and 12 for Landry. They have really distributed the scoring. 6 Rockets in double figures.
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of that this season.
Carl Landry with a jumper, and you better guard him.
Yeah.
He has become a very proficient shooter.
He's a force to be reckoned with.
Back to a 14-point Houston lead, 3:40 left to play in the game. Reminiscent of last 2 nights ago when the Rockets took charge in the 4th against Dallas.
Same thing. Oh!
Now not looking for the basketball.
Wide open, wide open. That last play, did you see Artest dogging Kevin Durant on defense?
Yep. Last night the Rockets outscored Dallas 27-16 in the 4th quarter, and tonight the Rockets outscoring Oklahoma City 20-12 here in the 4th. Petro takes it inside for 2. Watson has 8 assists.
Pretty good little pick and roll by the Thunder. Well executed that time. It's well executed when the shot goes in. Only.
Yeah. Trying to force a pass through the 7-foot Petro. Earl Watson. He hasn't been able to shoot all night. It would be a lot closer. He's 2 for 9.
He's a very streaky shooter. When he's got it going, there's no one better.
Well, Westbrook's 2 for 7, so that point guard position is 4 for 16.
Not good.
Landry. Oh, throws it right into the 3rd row. That's the 17th turnover by the Houston Rockets, who have done pretty good in that category until tonight. Welcome back to Toyota Center. Another sellout crowd tonight, number 18 in a row, as the crowd enjoying this game. The Houston Rockets pouring it on in the 4th quarter to take the lead by as many as 16, and leading currently by 12 points.
And you got to love what the Rockets have been able to do here in the second half. They've controlled the pace, controlled the tempo. Their offense has been clicking on all cylinders. That second unit really got them started. Give them a lot of credit.
Yep.
With Brooks, Landry, and Brent Barry.
Artest has come in to shut down Durant. He has been on him like a blanket. Ooh, Artest gets picked off. Woo. Watson down to 4 seconds, down to 3. Earl Watson has to force it up. That defense was just really good by Houston. Forced a bad shot by a guy who's not shooting well.
He's been doing it all night long.
Brady goes left again. Drops it off to Landry. And McGrady will get fouled as tonight's Landry's signature group. Rockets player of the game will be Yao Ming, who had 16 points and 11 rebounds. So Yao so far on the season averaging 25 points and 11 rebounds. And coming into this game, Yao was number 10 in the NBA in scoring.
And that's 3 double-doubles in a row for the Great Wall.
Number 7 in scoring, number 10 in rebounding.
Picking up right where he left off last season. That's one of the things I appreciate about Yao. He's very consistent.
Yes, he is.
You can count on that.
You know, and you look up at the end of the game, he's got a double-double.
Professional.
Yao tips it outside. Collison has it, takes it up on Yao. Yao tips it outside to Artest, who tips it to Alston. Rockets would be a heck of a volleyball team. Who would spike?
Yao.
Of course. 86-73. 1:15 left to play. McGrady to Yao to Landry.
It's one of those calls they don't make because the game is almost over.
Blocking foul on Yao Ming. Rick Adelman saying, gentlemen, don't swallow your whistles at the other end.
Sometimes the officials have the capacity to referee the score. Game's almost over. They won't call it. They're trying to let the clock go out. Just don't let anybody get hurt.
What I like about most officials, when the coaches will come up to them, they'll say, hey, coach, that wasn't my call.
Aren't you an official?
Yeah.
Are you on the floor?
Rodney's saying, hey, I wasn't even close to that play, so don't be griping to me.
And he's right. They have zones on the floor, but if you see an obvious call, you got to make that.
1 out of 2 from the line, and it's 86-74. Houston. Rockets try to close this out with their 3rd win of the young season.
Rockets are on their way. Expectations are getting higher with each and every game.
T for a 3. Tracy McGrady has come alive in the 4th quarter. 22 points for T-Mac, along with 7 rebounds and 5 assists. And Yao Ming with another foul. Collison will go to the line to shoot. What a great 2008 it's been for the Houston Rockets.
Yes.
I mean, you go back to January the 1st of last season, last part of the season, 2008, and the Rockets are 42-11.
43 with tonight.
Yeah, with tonight.
And the only team close to them is the Celtics, who are also like 42-12. So they've been the best team in 08. Now, if that continues, good things will happen.
That's right.
For the Houston Rockets.
So T-Mac and Yao will go out of tonight's game. Yao with 16 points, 11 rebounds. T-Mac with 22, 7 and 5. Rockets have assisted on 18 of their 28 field goals.
Give them a lot of credit. Just a good win at home against a team that they were supposed to beat.
Very emotional game in Dallas a couple of nights ago. The Rockets were a little down early.
That was one of the best games of the year so far.
Scola steps back, fires, shoots, misses. 10 seconds left to play. Earl Watson just walks it in for 2.
You think somebody'd like to cut him off?
Not this late. Ron Artest will get it up to Brent Berry, and the Houston Rockets will start off this new NBA season with their 3rd win in a row. Houston Rockets winning at 89-77 over the stubborn Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Thunder now go 0-2. The Rockets put 6 players in double figures tonight, and the high point man for Oklahoma City was Kevin Durant with 26 points. But the Rockets getting it done, and the man tonight was Carl Landry.
Yes, he was. 14 points, 11 rebounds. Carl, you guys started out a little bit slow in the first half, but really seemed to find your rhythm in the second half, specifically the 4th quarter.
Yeah, we just went into the halftime and just had to regroup, you know. Coach told us that we needed to sprint back. We knew it the whole game because they get a lot of points in transition. We just have to regather ourselves and regroup, come back out the second half, and play the better game.
Well, and you guys as a group off the bench, you have to continue to be impressed with the bench play on this Houston Rocket team.
Oh, the bench, we got to be ready every game. If we call them on the plate, 40 minutes, the bench, we got to be ready. 20 minutes, we got to be ready. So we've been doing a good job. We got to continue to do that throughout the remainder of the season.
All right, nice job. Thanks so much. All right, Bill, Rockets 3-0. The rest of the league starting to see what they are going to see for the rest of the season.
Thank you, Patty.